Welcome to Synth University.
Hello, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making the synth sound to one of Prince's most popular songs, Let's Go Crazy. And this sound was actually suggested by someone in the comments of another video, so thank you for the suggestion, and if there's a sound that you'd like to see me make, please put it in the comments below. As always, if you're new to this channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button below. I really appreciate it. And if you like the sound that we made today, you can also check out some of my synth packs that are linked in the description below. All of the sounds that I make pretty much exclusively use software synths and plugins that are already found in Logic and Ableton, so you don't need to download any additional plugins to make these sounds. The way that we're going to be making this sound today is actually a little bit different than I've done in my previous videos. And the reason for that is I did actually make this sound quite a while ago. I actually used a Logic program called Alcehmy, which I don't always use a lot, but it is a great sounding synth. Just the way that the interface works and the kind of menus make it a bit more difficult to program, in my opinion. But it has a lot of great presets. When you have a lot of great presets at your disposal, a really good method for creating a synth sound that you're looking for or trying to match a synth sound is simply just to find a preset that sounds similar to what you're looking for and then make changes to it. This was my strategy with making this sound, and it's a good approach for anyone who's new to creating synths because it already gets you in the ballpark. You're already probably 50 to 75% of the way there if you can kind of hear what you're looking for. At the end of the video, I'll give a very simple tutorial on how to play the basic parts that you find in the song, and a lot of it can be played with this one synth sound that we're going to be making. So let's take a look at Alcehmy. So before we get started, I'm just going to quickly play through some of the parts of the song so you can hear how this preset sounds. So first of all, in the intro, there's that G flat chord that is held out. And then later on, we have those stabs. At the end of the video, I'll give a quick tutorial on how to play that. But to get started, let's go ahead and get into Alcehmy. So I've got a new software instrument here, and we are going to open up Alcehmy. And you see there's a ton of presets. I'd say this synth is primarily geared towards using sounds that are already created. And when we're trying to create a new sound out of something that already exists, it's important to think about what qualities we're looking for. So with this sound, I hear a kind of bright, shimmery synth. There's some percussiveness to it, and it also sounds like it has multiple oscillators. So I don't really remember how I found this, but in the keys section, we can find a preset called Luminous Tines, which sounds like this. You can hear there's some qualities that we're looking for, but it's not entirely there. The first thing that I hear is actually the filter needs to come up. So we're going to go to Advanced, and we're going to turn up this filter cutoff. And there's also a kind of like nasally quality to the Let's Go Crazy synth. So we're going to turn up the resonance quite a bit as well, to about 56. And so now we have this sound. That's already getting us very close. We already kind of have the tonality, but I'm hearing that the sound kind of fades away, both in the filter envelope and in the amp envelope. We're going to take this release here in the filter envelope up to about 2.2. And then I'm not sure what this decay applies to, but we're going to take it to about 80. And then we're also going to take the reverb all the way down and the LFO rate all the way down. So now we have this. you can still hear that the sound is slowly fading away. So in order to fix that, we need to find the amp envelope. And once again, this is one of the drawbacks of this synth. It's kind of hard to find things. So the amp envelope is going to be in master amp. And then we're going to turn this decay up quite a bit. And we're going to take the sustain all the way up to 1. So now the synth will not fade away. We're very close. The last thing we need to do is adjust the LFO rate so we can kind of have that similar vibrato effect. It's close, but it's not quite the same. So in master, fine tune, the first thing we're going to do is take this LFO1 and we're going to right click, clear modulation, and then we're going to take the depth up to about 22. That's cool. And then we're going to adjust the attack. It's going to come down. And the rate is going to come down just a little bit to 2.4. That's close. So now we have this. And that's basically the sound. The next thing that we're going to do is just add some compression. And when I made this, all I did was I just turned up the makeup gain. I didn't do much else more. It just kind of brings things to the front a bit, and you can see that we are hitting the compressor a little bit with the current settings. And then lastly, we're going to add some tape delay. And the tape delay is going to be to create a kind of slapback effect. So we're going to turn off tempo sync, and we're going to take the time down. And then the wetness is going to come down. So now we have this. That just gives it that kind of reverb sound that you hear in the recording. And that's how you make the sound. As you can see, we started with something that was kind of getting us in the ballpark. There's already a lot going on here. There's 4 waves. There's 4 oscillators. And we just made a few adjustments and we got to where we wanted. So to do a brief tutorial on how to play this part, in the intro there's a bunch of sustained chords, so I'll quickly go through them. First we start off with a G flat chord, and that changes to a G flat sus. We take this B, we go up 1, goes back to G flat, then we have E flat minor, to D flat 6. Then there's this kind of like glissando thing to a B major chord. And then lastly it goes to like a D flat sus. That's the intro. And then later on, when the groove comes in, we have the stabs. This is just a G flat triad to an A flat triad. And then later on it adds 2 more triads, a C sharp minor triad and a B triad. So there is one more keyboard part that happens later on, and this sound is not exactly it. It's a bit more plucky, but you can still pretty much play it. It goes like this. And so yeah, I think it's really cool that you can pretty much play this entire song with the same patch. It's a very dynamic patch in that you can hold it. It also has a kind of percussiveness to it. And that's how you make the synth patch to Let's Go Crazy by Prince. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, especially in highlighting a different way to recreate synth sounds. And once again, if you like the sound, you can check out some of my synth packs that are linked in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching Synth University.